Welcome to this Score Phantom, our analytical deep dive into a mystery that's going to require us to keep our eyes wide open. Today, we're stepping into some seriously dark territory. We're looking at a hidden secret, a lingering fear, and completely unanswered questions buried deep inside a massive building. It's one of those psychological stories that proves human curiosity. Yeah, it's sometimes the absolute worst trap we can set for ourselves. There are doors closed, just to be forgotten. I want you to really think about the weight of that sentence for a second. Because as we're about to see, there are some locks in this world that are literally never meant to be touched again. In some hotels, secrets aren't just hidden away in some dusty ledger. They're locked inside entire rooms. But sometimes, someone completely clueless comes along and reaches for the handle. And well, that's exactly where our nightmare begins.
Section 1. The Hidden Hotel Rule.
So picture this famous, decades-old hotel right in the middle of the city. It's bustling, full of life. You've got business people, tourists, and families checking in every single day. The lights are bright, the rooms are cleaned every morning, and it's almost always fully booked. Sounds totally normal, right? But then, there's room 404. It is the exact opposite of everything I just described. It's not on any list, it's completely hidden. And the staff, they will straight up deny it even exists. Which kind of makes you wonder, why are we humans so incredibly drawn to the very things we are forbidden to have? For the long-time residents of this hotel, they've slowly learned one absolute unbreakable rule. It's not written down anywhere. You won't find it on a printed notice in the lobby. The rule is simply this: never ask about room 404. It's an agreement everyone just silently accepts, rooted in this deep, unspoken fear that nobody can quite explain. The hotel goes to incredible lengths to completely erase this room from existence, like it was never even built. You won't find room 404 anywhere on their website. It doesn't show up on the computer's availability list, and on top of that, whenever new staff are hired, they are given one very strict instruction: deny it, erase it. This isn't just a glitch, it is a systematic, deliberate effort to keep something buried. The most important order given to those new hires: if someone asks you about 404, say it doesn't exist. No one explains why. They just have to say it. And over time, the regulars just learned to accept that lingering dread and stopped asking questions altogether. They realized, instinctively, that some things are just better left alone.
Section 2. The Arrival of Al-Hilaal.
So, it's a freezing, rainy night, pitch black outside, and a young traveler named Al-Hilaal stumbles into the hotel lobby. He's been on this incredibly long, exhausting journey. The cold is literally chilling him to the bone, and he has absolutely zero energy left. The only thing going through his mind is finding a warm bed. He doesn't care about the hotel's weird secrets. He just needs to sleep. But luck isn't exactly on his side tonight. Let's trace his steps. First, the receptionist checks for a room. Booked. She tries another one. Booked. In fact, she tells him every single room in the entire hotel is taken. Al-Hilaal is basically ready to give up, but as he glances behind the desk, he spots a small floor map on the wall, and his eyes just lock onto this one bizarre anomaly. He literally can't look away. The number 404 is right there on the map, but it's been violently crossed out with a thick, heavy black marker. It's a glaring, dark stain on an otherwise normal diagram. And you know how it is? When someone tries that hard to hide something, it's the only thing you want to look at. Desperate for a place to crash, Al-Hilaal points right at it and calmly asks, "What about that room?" Section 3. The Final Warning. This is where Al-Hilaal's desperate need for sleep completely collides with the hotel's ironclad rule. The second he asks for that room, literally 0 seconds in, the receptionist's warm smile vanishes. 5 seconds later, she scrambles, insisting there's nothing special there and that it's out of use. But Al-Hilaal won't back down. 15 seconds in, a suffocating heavy silence drops over the entire lobby. Finally, at the 30-second mark, the hotel manager slowly, heavily steps out from the back office. We have to talk about the silence here for a second, because it's a huge psychological red flag. This wasn't just the awkward silence of not knowing what to say. It was a crushing silence. The heavy silence of someone who knows something terrifying, remembers the horrific past, but is strictly forbidden to speak about it. Ask yourself, if you were standing there feeling that intense dread radiating off the staff, would you have grabbed your bags and walked out, or would curiosity push you forward? The manager places this old, slightly rusted key on the counter, but before handing it over, he gives Al-Hilaal one last out. "Are you sure you want room 404? Al-Hilaal doesn't hesitate. Yes. The manager lets out a long, defeated breath. Still gripping the key,
He leans in, drops his voice to a whisper, and says, "If you hear someone knocking in the middle of the night, don't open it." Just like that. A stark, brutal warning that would send any normal person running for the hills. But how does Ayonle react? He laughs. He genuinely thinks it's a joke, like some goofy gimmick to make the hotel seem spooky. He completely dismisses the very real danger right in front of him, grabs the key, and turns away. It's honestly a chilling image when you picture it. As Ayonle takes the key and walks toward the stairs, the entire hotel staff just freezes. Dead silence. They all watch him ascend, completely paralyzed, tracking him until he disappears from sight. It's like watching a disaster unfold in slow motion, and knowing you can't do a single thing to stop it. They're just terrified, waiting for history to repeat itself.
Section 4. Opening Room 404. The Point of No Return.
Let's follow him up those stairs. As he finally stands in front of the door, the visual cues alone scream that something is wrong. The paint on the number 404 is peeling and cracked. The deadbolt looks like it hasn't been touched in decades, and the key in his hand is covered in rust. These aren't just details. They're proof of the immense amount of time that has passed since anyone at all, dared to step inside. He slides the key in. At first, the old lock resists. It's stuck. But he forces it, turns it harder, and then there's this heavy metallic clunk, clack. The door slowly creaks open. That single sound, that's the confirmation that he has just crossed a boundary he can never uncross. His normal life, the quiet rest he wanted, it's officially gone. As the door opens into pitch-black darkness, a deeply unsettling question hits him. What does it smell like when a dark room has been waiting for you? Because the air drifting out of that room, it didn't smell like regular dust or dampness. No, it was the terrifying psychological scent of anticipation, the smell of a room that has been awake all this time, just waiting for someone to finally walk in. Ayonle takes a deep breath and takes one step over the threshold. And then, the heavy door slowly swings back on its hinges and clicks completely shut behind him. Slam. We can't help it, can we? Humans will always chase their curiosity, even if it leads them straight into the most dangerous trap imaginable. So what actually happens behind that closed door? Well, that's a secret usually only discovered by those who never, ever get the chance to come back and tell us.